Sally, Grandma Roseanne, and I'm so happy you came to join me again because we're going to make a killer dinner. We're going to make a roasted chicken. Oh, come on. I've made roasted chicken my whole life. I know, but we're going to put a little twist on it. So just hang with me because I think you're going to love it. Now, I have got a 5-pound chicken here, and what I have done is I have dried it off very, very well. If you want something to get crispy, it's not going to get crispy if it's moist. So the best thing you can do is to dry it off, put it in your refrigerator, leave it there uncovered for a day. And that skin will be so crispy, it'll be amazing. Now, I didn't have that much time because cameraman decided a couple hours ago he wanted a roast chicken for dinner. So, being as spoiled as he is, we're having roast chicken for dinner. So I blotted it as good as I could. Now, it's a large bird, so we want to have some good seasoning. So here I have 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of seasoned salt. And I know it's a lot of seasoning, but we're going to season this bird inside and out. I'm going to start on the back side first. Even though I blotted it as good as I could, I'm going to do it again. Now here I have 2 tablespoons of melted butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And we are just going to coat the chicken with that. This is going to give it an amazing flavor, and it's going to help the crisping as well. Now I'm just going to take some of our seasoning and liberally coat it. Okay? Turn it over, and we're going to do the same thing here. And what that does, what the oil does, obviously, as I said, it's going to help give it flavor, it's going to help get it golden, but it's also going to help our seasoning to stay on. Otherwise, it just wants to fly right off. Okay. Season it good. Remember, you've got 5 pounds of chicken here. And then I'm going to do the cavity. Now in the cavity, I'm going to put in garlic. I'm going to put in, I just cut this garlic in half, and I'm putting that in with lemon. I'm sorry, this is lime. I've got lime in there, which is going to give it such a beautiful, beautiful citrus flavoring throughout that chicken. You're going to love it, and the sauce that it makes from it as well. I'm putting the other half of the garlic on the front end of that. I'm going to cook this in a 12-inch cast iron skillet. It lasts forever. You take good care of your cast iron. You're going to hand it down to your children, your grandchildren. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Yukon Gold potatoes. I'm using small ones. And the size is important here simply because you want to be able to have these potatoes done when your chicken is done. I'm going to just roll it into that little bit of oil. Now these potatoes are nicely coated. We're going to put a little bit of our seasoning on there. Just kind of make sure it all gets mixed in just fine. Now we're going to put more garlic in, and I just cut it in half. Just going to stick it over there and stick a part of it there. Little clove got away there. So you can, I think, pretty well envision the flavoring that's going to happen here. Be sure your potatoes are not underneath the chicken, because what it's going to do is going to insulate the potato. Potato won't get done. Now before we pop that chicken in, we want to truss the legs simply because it cooks a little bit better and it looks a lot nicer when you do that. And all I do is crisscross the legs, and you don't give yourself that much thread, okay? you kind of need to have enough that you can work with it. So what I do is just wrap it around one, bring this little puppy over, wrap it around that one, pull them together, just like that, and give yourself a good knot. Okay, the wings, I'm just gonna tuck them underneath, and then we're going to pick up the whole chicken and put it in breast side up. That's just my oven telling us it is ready. We have that oven set at 325 degrees, and it's going to be in there probably close to 2 hours, but I will start checking it at like an hour and 45 minutes. We're looking for an internal temperature of 165 degrees, then we know it's done. Now, as I'm putting this in the oven, don't say, well, I know the rest of it, I'm gonna leave the channel right now. No, 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 don't do that, because we're gonna do something really kind of special with the potatoes. So hang out for an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours until we're done, okay? I will be back. Oh. Okay, thanks. Go hang out and do something fun for a couple of hours. Or sit down and watch a good movie. There's enough time. Okay, we'll be back. Bye-bye. Well, we went 2 hours and 15 minutes, so it'll depend on the size of your chicken and the temperature you're cooking at. So 5 pounds at 325, that's how long we went. What I have done now is I remove the chicken from all of this beautiful, beautiful stuff here. We have got the garlic and all the seasoning. We've got these potatoes. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna smash those potatoes down. We just want to open them up, just like that. And the reason we're doing this is we want to make good use of all this beautiful sauce that's down here. We don't want that to go to waste, because that would be a shame. So we have smashed potatoes, not mashed, but smashed. The garlic in here smells outrageous, and it's going to be so sweet when we have it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in just a couple of teaspoons of honey. I'm going to mix that up really nice. Give those potatoes a little bit of a punch. Scallions here that I have just cut, simply because they're going to be wonderful in here, and they will soften because this is still at 325 or 325, so these will soften, but they're going to give it a very, very nice flavor. And then the juice of 1 lime. I told you we'd be doing some different stuff at the end of this. Can you see how these have wilted already, just with that little bit of time that was in there? And now they're getting all sopped up in that juice. Ooh, that was good. Oh, that was really good. Now you do want that chicken to rest, and it's going to rest for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And the reason you let that rest is because all of the juices are now going to come back into the chicken. Now this one has rested, so now I'm going to just get it over here. When there's juices like this, always put them back in your pan. We want to cut our truss off. We don't need that anymore. It served a very, very good purpose. And now we can just start to carve. Depending on what pieces you want for your family, you just cut the thigh or the drumsticks or the breast or the wings, whatever it is they love. But here, come and look at this, cameraman, come here. because I think as this comes through, it's going to be pretty fantastic. Look at that. Oh, it's so moist. Oh, I'm going to use a different knife. Cameraman needs to sharpen my knives again. This is perfect. Okay, our chicken has had enough time to cool down, allow the juices to come back in. Our potatoes are finished with the scallions and the honey, and oh, it's so good. All right, so now it's just time for that amazing taste. I need another fork. What am I looking for here? Okay. This chicken is done to perfection. Look at that. Ah, beautiful. And now the potatoes. If you can see that, those little bits of potatoes, those pieces of garlic in there, the sauce, oh, the sauce can go over everything. Okay, now I think we're ready to have a bite. And if it's good enough, then cameraman and I will have dinner. And if it's not good enough, then we go to Jack in the Box. Okay, here goes. That is fit for a king.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy. That is delicious, and that sauce is outrageous. Now, a little bit of potato. Your family will love this. Absolutely love this. It is superb. So, I thank you for joining us for dinner. Please subscribe. If you had fun and enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Those always help. And hit the little bell so you know when we can come back. And I'll leave all the ingredients below. Be sure to make it. Oh my goodness, it is delicious. So thank you very much. You have a wonderful evening. We're going to have a great dinner. And we will see you on the next video. Bye. Check this